Hi, I'm Blane.
And I'm Jonathan.
And welcome to this episode of Textbook Technique, a comprehensive guide to ballet training. In this episode, Jonathan and I are going to be demonstrating the basics to men's steps.
These steps are found in all male variations and in most classical ballet. The men's variation in a classical ballet usually comes after a long pas de deux. In a men's variation, it is very common to see lots of jumps and many turns.
Men's variations mix and match some of the different steps that we're going to show you here today. The first men's step that Jonathan and I are going to show you are called tours. Tours can be done as singles or doubles. A tour is when the man jumps into the air and turns once or twice. I'm going to demonstrate. A single tour. I'm going to do that one more time. I jumped up and turned once in the air. Now I'm going to do a double tour, which is more advanced. I'm going to try that one more time.
Now that you've seen both single and double tours, we're going to break it down a little bit for you.
Now we're going to give you a double tour checklist. In this checklist, it's important to remember each thing in order before you take off for your tour. The tour starts in a nice clean fifth position. The weight is equally distributed between my legs. That's number one. You're in fifth position and your weight is equal between your legs. The next thing is you're going to use the power of your legs to jump up in the air in a straight upward motion. You're not going to jump out either way. That's why it's important for your weight to be distributed, because if it's off, you'll jump at an angle. Right when I hit the height of the jump, I'm going to spot my head in order to whip my body around. You'll remember spotting from one of our earlier episodes, where you turn your body around and bring your head at the last second. When I land from the tour, it's important to land in another fifth position, switching the legs midair.
Also, during the tour, it is very important to keep the posture that we practiced at bar and throughout the center work. It is very important that the shoulders and the hips remain parallel to the ground.
Now I'm going to do a double tour thinking of the checklist I just gave. I'm going to set up in a fifth position. I'm going to position my arms. I'm going to plie. Although I didn't land in quite a fifth position, that'll come with practice. Right when I hit the height of my jump, I spotted my head twice to get my body around. I'm going to do it one more time. It's important to plie both of your legs when you land and get into a deep demi-plie so as not to hurt your knees or ankles at the landing. As men, we don't cheat, so it's important to remember not to cheat your legs when you're doing the double tour. Although it may seem easier to do this and fake the preparation, I'm already a fourth of the way there. It's easy to cheat that and it looks incorrect on stage. Remember to take off directly from a fifth to fifth. No cheating. Straight from there. And also remember, when you're setting up in your fifth position, not to break the back leg. This is also a form of cheating and will throw you off. It may seem easier, but is incorrect. Much like pirouettes, tours are going to be easier to one side than the other. Although that is the case, it is very important to practice both sides equally as to balance your body out. I know it may feel weird doing tours to the left if you're predominantly a righty, but it's very important for your dance training to really balance out each side. This next combination we're going to show you really demonstrates that kind of balance, and it really helps work on the fundamentals of tours. Jonathan, would you like to demonstrate?
Yes. In this simple combination, I'm going to jump from first position to second position into a nice clean fifth position and tour directly from there. This combination is great because it really allows me to feel even on both of my feet in the pliés in all of the positions so that I take off and go straight up in my tours.
He jumps to a first, a second, a fifth, and then a clean single tour. Very slow, easy, and controlled. Once you feel comfortable with that, you can jump into a double tour. Notice how he spotted his head and kept his body straight in the line and just went straight up and down. The next men's step that Jonathan and I are going to show you are called Alice-a-cone turns. Alice-a-cone turns are a form of pirouette and usually happen in the middle of a male variation. In an Alice-a-cone turn, the man turns while swinging his leg into an open Alice-a-cone, doing one full revolution and then plieing and preparing for another one at the end of the turn. They usually happen in multiple, succession. Jonathan is now going to demonstrate a few Alice-a-cone turns so you really get the idea of what they are, and then we're going to stop and break them down. Jonathan? He swings his leg into an open Alice-a-cone position, turning and spotting his head each time.
When I do my Alice-a-cone turns, there are a few things that I really remember. In my preparation, I like to take a nice, big, deep plie, and I stay in it a little bit longer than I normally would in a pirouette. This allows me time to get to my 90-degree Alice-a-cone position. It is important to maintain the 90-degree position of the leg throughout the entire turn, as if it wobbles up and down, it will throw off my balance. Also, it is very important, even at 90 degrees, to keep the waist and the shoulders parallel to the ground and the arms in a nice second position.
As with every pirouette and even double tours, it is imperative that you spot your head in order to prevent dizziness and to keep you focused on one point. If you don't spot your head, it is very easy to throw yourself off in any which direction and lose your position in space. Jonathan, do you want to demonstrate it one more time so that you can kind of see what you were talking about? His body is square, he's spotting his head, his arms maintain their shape, and he's lengthening from his toe, keeping a nice solid 90-degree Alice-a-cone position. A good exercise for working on your Alice-a-cone turns involves putting your leg on the bar in an Alice-a-cone position, as if you were in the turn. When I do this, I'm going to plie on my standing leg and go to a full releve, simulating what you would be doing in the turn, holding your arms in a position if you would like. I'm going to repeat this plie releve as if I was turning. It works the calf muscles and works the leg, really stretching upwards to keep you on your balance. I'm going to do about 10 on each side to really balance myself out. Thank you for watching this episode of Textbook Technique. In the next episode, we're going to show you some more men's steps and even add them into combinations.